What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Cool Colas, and we're doing another video for TJ Foodies. So the reviewer here is actually recording me right now because we're in the car. We can't get each other, you know, all in the video. But anyway, today we are at a spot in the Detroit area called K&G African Food. So, or African cuisine actually, and it's in Garden City, Michigan. Right now they are having a buffet. They have a buffet every first Sunday, I believe, of like that month, and today is August the 1st. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try it because they're gonna have a lot of different foods out for us to kind of you know, like see and taste and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get in here and try some of this stuff because I'm hungry, and I know the reviewer is too. So anyway, we'll see y'all in a minute. Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Cool Colas here, and we're inside of K&G African Cuisine, and we are about to try this buffet. As you can see, we got a lot of food here. If you look at my plate here, I got a couple different things. I got some plantains, I got some jerk chicken, there's some rice and beans underneath, there's a couple little peppers, red peppers on top, got a little mac and cheese. This right here is like a little bit of a curry goat they got going on. It looks like there's some potatoes and stuff in here. And then there's another thing called yassa poulet, which is like a mustard onion chicken type of sauce. So I'm gonna get into this plate. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think and how everything was and whatnot. And we'll go ahead and we'll come back.
All right, so this is my plate. As you can kind of see, I got some cornbread, mac and cheese. I think this is a jerk chicken. I got some rice and beans right here. This right here is some curry chicken, some plantains. I got a little bit of veggies and some like fruit. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get into this because this is amazing. So, all right. All right. Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on?
We are here. So we are going to be doing the food review of, what is it, KG African
Grill. Yep. See, I always mess it up too because I always think it's either cuisine.
I thought it was
food.
cuisine. So I was like,
because in the intro video, look, I'll even admit, I even messed up. I said food, and I was like, no, cuisine. I was wrong both times.
So yes, so we were in the Detroit area. They have, I think this was they're bringing it back. They have their first Sundays. So we kind of went there. They have their first Sundays all-you-can-eat buffet. I think it's like $18.95 or $98 or something like that. It's all you can eat. So
it was $95. That's right.
Yeah.
It was $18.95, yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna kind of talk about like our experience there, kind of give you guys our review, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. So
sure.
Do you want to go first?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So, I had a lot of things on that plate, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Before we, started, saying we were gonna review this, this video and all that, this food that we had. I'll admit I forgot everything that was on the plate. Because it was so much stuff.
It was a lot of food.
But
a lot of food.
I'll break down what I remember having. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like, this is a good sign because everything was so good. That's how I forgot. Because everything was like equally good. Like, it's so strange.
Yeah.
So what I remember having was jerk chicken. And mind you, this is not a Jamaican spot. This is like an African food spot. And I believe they have, if I'm not mistaken, they have Senegalese food is like the specific, type.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I believe it's a Senegalese dish. So they had jerk chicken. Or that's what I had. I had jerk chicken. I had macaroni and cheese. I had some, what else did I have? I had this thing called yassa poulet. Yassa poulet is like a chicken and like a onion mustard sauce, and it has like onions on it. I had like some plantains, some like little sweet plantains. I had some rice and beans. That's what they call it. It's kind of similar to like your rice and peas that you may get at like I said, a Jamaican spot or that type of thing. So they had rice and beans. What other things did I have? I'm trying to remember everything. I know I had more than that. I had to have had more than that.
Did you have some? Did you have some veggies?
I had that on my second plate, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I had some more stuff. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I had curry goat. That was another thing too. Curry goat.
Yep.
I tried that as well. And
did you say plantains?
I did say plantains. Okay. But yeah, that's what I can remember right now. Honestly, it all was really good. It really was. It was so good. I almost have to like pit them against each other to see which one was like the most like perfect out of all the perfect meals I had. So I'm gonna be honest with you. That the two things I would say that may have stood out to me, although they all literally were perfect, was probably the yassa poulet, and then I would say that jerk chicken. Those two things were just amazing, and then maybe like the plantains even too. See, it's even hard to decide now while I'm trying to like do it. Yeah. The plantains were sweet. They just like melted when you ate them. It was just so delicious because it went with like this very savory meal that you had. The yassa poulet was delicious as well too. It was, and when you hear mustard sauce, you're thinking like, ooh, that thing's gonna be like real like mustardy, like that type of thing. And it wasn't. Like it just had a certain like tang to it. Okay. And that's what I liked about it. Was like it was good in conjunction with the onions that it had mixed in it. So that was pretty good. The jerk chicken was amazing. And let me tell y'all, this might have possibly been one of the best jerk chickens I've ever had. And I've been to tons of Jamaican spots. And they all don't get me wrong. Every Jamaican spot I've been to pretty much, their Jamaican like jerk chicken was good. But that might have been one of my favorites ever. And it wasn't even at a Jamaican spot and it was so good. It was like, I usually like mine to have like a sear or like to kind of have like the kind of like drier look personally. But it had like sauce on it and all that, but the sauce was miraculous and it was not too much. So it was like the perfect balance between having that and then having like that kind of like charred look and charred taste. But it also was good in the fact that it had like, you know, enough sauce on it as well too, where you were like, oh my God, the flavor here is just miraculous. The macaroni and cheese was fire as well too. It was like your mama's macaroni and cheese. It was cheesy. It looked like it had been baked in an oven or something like that. You know, it was seasoned nice. It was flavorful. It was obviously salted. You could just taste the love. You could just taste the love in that macaroni. Also, the rice and beans were really good as well too. It was flavorful. It had like the spices that you like in it. It was cooked to perfection as well too. The beans were good in it. So overall, that was good. And also too, they did the thing that like just made me like just melt. And this is where I'm going to get into like the whole curry goat thing. They said, "Do you want some of the curry goat sauce on top of the rice?" And I'm like, is a pig skin pork? Like really? Duh. No, I didn't say that, but in my head, that's what I'm saying. It was so good, y'all. It was, oh my God, I just couldn't believe it. And then it was like mixing with the yassa poulet, and then it was mixing with the jerk chicken, and I was like, oh my God, Lord, like there is a God somewhere, and I think he's in this this restaurant, because how did this get to be so good? Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm almost mad it was so good. Yo, it was so good, and it was all just mixing. By the way, curry goat was good too. Sorry, I kind of got off on a tangent there, but that was pretty good.
Wow.
Now, I got a little bit more to say. I actually went up for a second plate, so I'll talk about that while I'm here. So I'm kind of mad because I took a picture of the second plate after we had did our intro and all that, but for some reason I cannot find this picture on my phone. So I apologize about that, y'all. We will be back to review it again. So this is probably not going to be the last time you hear me talk about KG African grill. I'm just going to be honest with you. But I had another plate and it had some tilapia on it. It had like some mixed vegetables on it. And then I got some more plantains because them plantains were just marvelous. And then I had like some curry chicken. And then the other meal, I think there's one more thing I forget. Oh, I had like the yellow rice instead of the rice and beans. And I had that with this thing called cassava. It had another name to it, but like I couldn't pronounce it, and I didn't want to be like ignorant by like just trying to say this name, and I don't really know what it is. So I just said cassava because like it said cassava in parentheses underneath it to let you know what type of thing it was. So it was like a green type of like almost stew. thing, and they put it on top of like the yellow rice. Let me tell y'all, that is the best. Oh my God, it's one of the best green sauce thing combination whatevers that I've ever had. It was so good. The yellow rice was already good. Don't get me wrong. It was already miraculous. Like the yellow rice was so good. I don't even know what was better between that and the rice and beans. Like if somebody asked me, I'd be like, I don't know. They'll say pick one or death. And I might have to be like death. And I like life. So I'm not trying to be like weird or anything like that where I'm saying that, but I'm just saying like it was that good. I couldn't decide. I just couldn't decide. Anyway, going back. So cassava, that whatever they put on it, that was just miraculous. That was a gift from the angels. Okay. The tilapia, that was good too. Now, I will say, the only thing I did not care for with the tilapia is it did have a lot of bones. And you had to eat around that bad boy like crazy. But as far as the sear, the flavoring, the taste, I ain't never had no tilapia like that. That was freaking amazing. And mind you, I don't really eat tilapia on the regular, but that right there, having that, I may have to go back to eating some tilapia. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Mixed vegetables were straight. I mean, in comparison to everything else that I had, I mean, they paled. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, everything else was just so.
Just balanced everything out.
It was everything else was so miraculous. The mixed vegetables were kind of just there. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I mean, that's not a hurt to like their rating or anything, but like it literally was just there. They weren't bad or anything. It's just like everything else is just so miraculous. You almost want to just kind of like push it to the side a little bit. Mm-hmm. Anyway, everything was great. So with that, I conclude, and I'm going to pass the review on to her to tell you what she thought about her initial reactions, and then we'll talk about how we're scaling it.
So, first off, that meal was amazing. On my plate, I had mac and cheese, which that mac and cheese was really good. It was very cheesy. It was seasoned well. You could tell that it did have pepper and salt and all of that stuff in there too. So it was really good. Mm-hmm. I really liked the mac and cheese. I actually went up again for the mac and cheese, like for my second plate.
I'm sorry, babe. I just had to cut it real quick. I just remembered there was peppers on one of those chickens that I had, and that was good too. Oh. I just remember that. I should have said that. It was pepper, I think, on the jerk chicken or something. Not the jerk chicken. It was peppers. It was on something. It was peppers on the jerk chicken. I'm gonna say in that I know because when. So let me tell y'all. Okay. So let me walk y'all. Let me just walk y'all through how it was when we walked in there. So first of all, we walk in there. They have like all of their spread and everything of like everything for the all you can eat. So they come in. They were like greeting us. Very, very nice. They kind of just was like, hey, like how you guys doing? Kind of like that. We're like, good. And then they said, oh, are you here for the all you can eat? We're like, yeah. So then, my husband, he had paid for us. So he paid for us. And then like we ended up like just kind of walking up. So I didn't know how they were doing like their order. Mm-hmm. Like if we had to just grab the plate and just go. So I was about to touch it. I like pretty much grabbed a plate, and then the lady like she was like, "Oh no, we're gonna serve you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So then she said, "Okay, go around this way, and we'll serve you, and we'll just kind of get whatever you want." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So on mine, I had like the mac and cheese. I had the curry chicken. And then and I think I had got like the jerk chicken before I got the curry chicken, because I was like, oh, can you give me that? Mm-hmm. But it had like peppers in it, and I don't think I've told y'all I don't do peppers either. You don't do a lot, baby.
I just know what I like, so I don't do peppers either. So they had like I don't remember if it was a red or the green or the yellow. It might be a combination of all of them. So I was like, oh, can you just give me the chicken part without the peppers? She said, okay, cool. So then I asked, like, when we got to the curry chicken, I said, oh, is it spicy? And then a gentleman had came up. He said, oh, no, like, nothing's really spicy. He said, I mean, the jerk chicken has a little kick. And I'm like, of course, the one thing that I already put on my plate has a little kick.
It is a little kick.
So I was like, okay. So then I got that. I did end up getting some, like, of the vegetables, which was, like, they had carrots and they had, like, string beans. And then I had got, I think it was the rice and peas. This is my first plate. And then I had got the cornbread. Y'all.
Yo, I forgot about the cornbread.
So what happened was, so I'm sitting there, I'm eating everything. Oh, and I think I got some grapes too. I just had some little like fruit on the side, just do something different. So okay, let me break this plate down for y'all. Okay. First off, I told you about the mac and cheese. It was had a nice consistency. It was you could tell it was baked. It was seasoned well, like legit, like my husband said, it was definitely like your mama's mac and cheese. Like it was really good.
It was fire.
Then I had the jerk chicken. The jerk chicken did have a little kick, but it didn't really, and I mean, I could do it a little bit. So somebody that can't do it a little bit, that might have been a little bit too much. But for me personally, I could do it a little bit, and it wasn't too bad, but it did have a little kick.
Yeah.
But it was really good. It had like the sear, and it had like a good combination, because I have some jerk chickens where it's like it's really saucy, or it has a sear, but it's like a good combination of both. So it had the sear, and it had like a little bit of a sauce on it as well. And then even when you got to the inside of the chicken, it was very juicy, very tender. So it was really good. And then I had the curry chicken, which that was also amazing. And I had it with the rice and peas, or beans, however. But I think they call it like the rice and peas.
There they call it rice and beans, but you're right. It generally is called that, like in a Jamaican dish. They call it rice and peas. So I get where you're going.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so
I do get what you're saying.
But that was really good too. The rice was like, it wasn't dry. It was very, I know people don't like this word, but moist.
I'm one of the people.
But yeah, it was really good, and it went really well with like, I had them put like the sauce from like the curry chicken on there too, and I'm telling y'all, like that was so delicious. So then, like, I had my vegetables. I had like my green beans, and I typically, like with the green beans, I typically don't really like green beans like that, but they were actually pretty good. But I did get it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, this is pretty good. And then the cornbread. That cornbread, y'all, like like when you try to cut it with the fork, it just crumbled, and it was so moist, and it was just delicious. And when you
succulent, huh?
When you like bit into it, it like was calling you. It was like, yeah, you like this. Yeah.
Kind of roping you in, huh?
And I'm like, it's me. I'm like, yeah.
Like you was cool with being pulled.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah. So I ended up going up there again for the second plate. And I guess I would start off with the second plate and stuff like. Well, I guess you already did your second plate, I think, right?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I need to come back to it.
So for my second plate, I had just. First of all, okay, I was being a big girl, y'all. I had all the rices. So I had the white rice, I had the rice and beans, and I had the yellow rice. And so what I did, I was like,
you had a little trifecta of rice.
I had like a little platter, just like the white rice, rice and beans, and the yellow rice. And I said, when I went up there, I was like, can y'all like put the curry chicken, like just spread it across the rice. And so they spread it across the rice, and they had like the sauce, and it was just all over each other. So I'm about to try all of these. Every one that I tried was amazing. Even the white rice.
Did you try it by itself?
The white rice?
3 of them by itself without like the curry on top of it.
I mean, I feel like I did, but I can't remember. I ain't gonna lie. Like, okay. I really don't remember. It don't really matter.
Sure.
At the end of the day, like, the whole purpose of me kind of doing it like that with that was the fact that I wanted it to go with, like, anytime you buy it, like, you have a rice, it's normally going with some type of, like, sauce or chicken or whatever. So, it, like, normally, you can tell, like, if the rice is not cooked like it needs to be, you could tell that right off bat, like, most of the time.
That's true.
For me personally, it was delicious, and I had to have the mac. I went back for the mac and cheese again, and I had to get the cornbread again because the cornbread was just like, yeah, girl, yeah, I know you like this. Come get this. And so this is the thing. So originally, my husband, he don't really like cornbread, right? So I was like, babe, you gotta try this cornbread. He like, all right, I'll try it. So I gave him a little piece. Then he was over there like, can I get a little bit more? And I'm like, so you know me, I'm gonna be nice. You know, I shared. I gave him a little bit more. And he like dipped it in some type of sauce. I don't remember what sauce it was.
That's the thing I wanted to go back and talk about, but yeah. Go ahead.
So he dipped it in this sauce, and he had me try it with the sauce too, and it was pretty good. But I just wanted to say that because he don't really like cornbread. Like me, like as y'all probably know at this point, I love bread. So any type of like bready type thing, like I'm like, bet, I got it. But he don't really rock with like cornbread like that. But that cornbread, oh, he was like, oh, can I get a little bit more? I'm thinking like, yeah, got you. But yeah, like everything on that plate was delicious. Like I can't think of one thing that kind of was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I just, even the mixed vegetables, which probably like, I mean, like you said, were kind of like the low tier as far as like everything else, because everything else was just amazing. But even that was good.
Yeah.
Like
they were decent, yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I just, you ever like been stressed in a good way from like food? You just like, wow. Like that's a meal. That's a meal that if you go there, you gonna have to prepare yourself mentally and physically because
and emotionally too.
Because you might get emotional. You might start crying because you be like, wow.
I was pretty damn close, y'all.
Like, how does food taste this amazing? Like I just didn't understand. Like I just was like, wow. Like, you know. Yeah. So I guess like we'll go into his kind of like review, and then I'll tell you about my review, and whatnot. So, what's your review?
So
your rating. I'm sorry, your rating for this.
Real quick before I get into that, I did want to say I did forget something, y'all. I did try this thing called mafe, and it was a lamb. Oh. Okay. And it had like a peanut type of sauce, and that was pretty good too. The only thing I do want to say about that, y'all, if you do go, is it's very heavy on the peanut tomato sauce, because it's like a peanut tomato. Okay. It's very heavy on that. So if you're not a fan of that type of combination, I wouldn't get that. I'm not saying it was bad, because I love it. But when you try the other meals, though, you'll realize how heavy that sauce is. Oh, that's just my opinion about that. Now, you did try a little bit of it because when I did the cornbread thing, and all that, it was good. But with the cornbread, it mixed perfectly. And like she said, I'm not a cornbread guy because I don't really care for it that much, to be honest with you. But that cornbread was so succulent and good and savory with a little hint of sweet. It was just so good. And then like when you mix it with the mafe, that was perfect. But I will say the lamb was so tender in the mafe. It was so tender because it's like a lamb in like a peanut tomato based stew, and it was really good. Also too, the curry goat was very tender. I meant to say that too. Very, very, very tender. Like it was basically like falling apart as you were eating it. It's almost like you're eating like something that's not even a solid. Wow. It was that good. Wow. So, review. Yeah. Service was great. I mean, we walked in and they were saying, "Hey, how are you doing? Yada yada. Are you here for the buffet?" So they were like really personable. The servers, the women who were like serving us like the dishes, they were extremely polite. They were extremely helpful. And they were like willing to tell you what certain things were and stuff like that. And they all were like really like kind. Even like when you were leaving, you were saying goodbye and waving and stuff like that. So I would say that service was pretty exceptional. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a 5. That was a 5. Okay. Yeah. Now with like the meal itself, like every single thing was good. So I'm gonna go thing by thing in order to just kind of separate everything that I had because it was a buffet. So jerk was S tier. No, that was definitely S tier. both curry things, chicken and goat, were both S tier, delicious. The plantains were S tier, they were delicious. The yellow rice was S tier. The rice and peas were or beans were S tier. The cassava, oh my, I wish there was a thing higher than S. It was S tier. What else do we got? I forget anything. Oh yeah, the mafe I would say is probably A tier. I'm gonna give it A tier because it's good, but it is very heavy on the peanut and tomato, so it could be a lot.
To take in. Yeah.
The macaroni was S tier. The mixed vegetables, I'll give it maybe like high B tier. And that the only reason why I'm giving it a rating that low is because everything outclasses it. But and I'm not really a big string bean or green bean fan personally, so I'll give a high B tier for that rating. But the tilapia, that was S tier. The am I forgetting anything? I think I may have got everything.
I think so.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Oh, yassa poulet. Yassa poulet was S tier. Forgot about that.
Okay.
That was amazing. Simply amazing. So yeah, that's what I would say. And then we will go to you, and then I'll tell you what my overall is.
Okay. So, I also forgot I did have plantain. I was trying to wait for you to finish though. I did have the plantains too, and those were really, really good as well. So, I guess I'll start with that. Well, I'll go with the service first. So, like I said before, we walked in there. They were like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" They seemed like they were very, very nice, very, very helpful. Even when I made the mistake of like touching the plate and kind of like, "Oh no," she said they weren't like mean or anything. They were very nice and very kind. They said, "Oh no, we're gonna serve you. You go around here." I was like, "Oh, okay." So even with me kind of messing up a little bit with not knowing like the order of how they're doing the buffet, they still were very kind. They were very helpful anytime I was asking different things. And even when I had said like for the jerk chicken, can you just have the chicken because I didn't want the like the peppers or whatever in there, they did that. So yeah, they were very, very helpful, very nice. And even when we were leaving out, we were all saying bye to everybody. I was like, bye, you know. So that personally, like that will make me definitely like make a trip just to I'm about to say Grand Rapids, just to Detroit.
It ain't Grand Rapids.
It ain't Grand Rapids. Just to Detroit, just to like go for the buffet. That type of stuff makes me want to come back. And for that, I definitely would give them a 5 because like they definitely, for me personally, went over and beyond. So I even told my husband, I was like, so we going back to Detroit to go and get like this, you know. This,
I got one word.
This thing.
October.
Yeah. So we trying to go back probably in October. So y'all will probably, you know, we probably will be going back there. So, so yeah, that's definitely a 5 for that. So I'll break down my plate. The plantains, I would say that was definitely a 10 rating for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was amazing. Everything about it, like it was a sweetness. I like the way that it was cooked. It just was really, really good. And it went really well with the meal. The macaroni and cheese was definitely a 10, straight up.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Like there's nothing that I could critique about that.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah.
That was amazing. The green beans and the carrots, I mean, they were pretty good too, but I probably would maybe give that maybe an 8.5, maybe, or 8, like 8.5.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Because like for me personally, I'm not for me to even eat that, I'm not a big string bean person. But I do like carrots a little bit too. But I think it was pretty good. But it wasn't my favorite out of everything else. It just was kind of low compared to everything else. But it still was good. So I would definitely give that like an 8, 8.5. The jerk chicken, I would definitely say that was probably a 10. Even though it had a little kick, it still was really good and it wasn't too overpowering. Like we've made jerk chicken before too. And it wasn't too much. The meat inside was very juicy, you know, and then it had that sear on it like I like. It had a little bit of that sauce on there. So that was really good. You can taste like that Jamaican flavor in there. For those who've ever had like, you know, Jamaican jerk chicken. The curry chicken was probably like one of my favorite things on the plate, and that's why I went back again to get it. It was very good, and the chicken was like falling off the bone. Like it was really good. The sauce was really good. I really liked that curry sauce that they had. I felt like it was just really good, and even when I didn't have the chicken, like that sauce just.
I'm assuming your rating's a 10.
Yeah, it's definitely a 10. Definitely a 10 for that. The cornbread is definitely. It's definitely a 10.
If it could be a 20, it would be a 20. Huh?
The cornbread was so good, y'all. And I've had.
My eyes getting a little watery.
I'm okay. I'm really okay. Okay. I've had some cornbread, like, you know, because I like my bread. That was probably like one of the best types of cornbread because you know sometimes with cornbread it can get dry, you know, it'll be hard. No, not. They said not here, not our cornbread. Okay. So yeah, let me see. All of the rices were really good. Like every last one, they went really well, and I feel like it went really well with the curry chicken, as well. Like even like I tried all of them, so I'm like, okay. So I would definitely, even for like the rice and stuff, I would give that a 10. It was cooked well. It wasn't dry. It had flavor to it. So I think that was really good as well. I'm trying to think if I missed anything.
Sound like you got everything.
I had some grapes and stuff, but I mean, I ain't about to, you know, it's
just grapes.
It's grapes. I like my grapes.
Yeah,
so
it's just grapes.
But that was good too. I think that was everything I had.
Yeah.
My overall, I would say for everything out of a 5, I would definitely say will be a 5.
Yep.
Straight up.
Same here.
Because
mine's
like,
a 5 as well.
I only have one critique, just one, and that's basically for whoever, you know, for y'all, like going for the meal. Like y'all gonna have to prepare yourself mentally, like emotionally, physically for the meal. Straight up, you're gonna have to do that because if not, you're gonna be upset with yourself. So you're just gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, and then like the big thing too is like, you know, when we say physically too, it's not just like the food and all that. It's like the experience of knowing that you're gonna have to go in and you have to like not eat like the whole day. You gotta
plan out your day. Like you gotta do that. You just have to.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you just have to.
Yeah.
You really do. Y'all gonna have to like, you know, physically, emotionally prepare yourself for that meal. Like you need to make sure you going up in there, you planning out your day. You can't eat breakfast. You know, don't eat breakfast because you're gonna be mad because you're gonna be able to enjoy all the food that you want to enjoy. And you're gonna be upset with yourself. So don't do that to yourself. Don't play yourself, okay? Don't eat breakfast. You know, pace yourself. I know it's a lot and everything is good, but take your time. You know, chew your food. You know, slow down.
Yeah.
I would even say if you don't even really drink nothing for real, because then your stomach gonna get all full and stuff you ain't gonna be able to enjoy. You're gonna be mad at yourself. Don't do that to yourself. So I would just say prepare yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna be mad. And then you're going to be like, dang, I got all this food and I can't eat it. Then you're going to be mad and emotional. You see what I'm saying? You see I'm getting kind of emotional? Because that almost happened to me. I had to have him help. And that just, I'm okay though. I'm fine. I just want to let y'all know.
I'm actually impressed because like your eyes have been watery for a minute. Ain't cried yet.
You know, I just want to let y'all know so y'all don't do the same thing I did. Because, you know, that second plate, you know, I was like, man, like I'm about to get into it. Now I start slowing down. I said, okay, hold on, because you can hurt yourself. You don't want to hurt yourself because we were full for the rest of the day. Okay, we ain't need nothing else. So don't pace yourself. Just pace yourself. Slow down. Don't drink that much of whatever water or pop or whatever. I think we also ended up buying like a little
Sorrel.
Juice. Yeah, Sorrel. That's the first time having it. It actually tastes like
like grape juice and cranberry.
Like cran grape with a little with a little like kick or something in it. It was actually really good.
I think that's the hibiscus.
Yeah, it's probably the hibiscus. We did have that, but we waited till after the meal. Okay, don't drink that while you having the meal because you're gonna be mad at yourself. Okay, I'm just trying to prepare y'all so y'all don't do what I did, because I was mad at myself and I had to have him help me, because I'm like, we got all, I did a good job though. Okay, I did a good job, but it was just, I couldn't finish my whole plate.
Yeah, I took that curry chicken. I said, can I take that? And then plantain. Took that off the plate.
The plantains and stuff. But I was mad because I wanted to eat more. But you can hurt yourself, so you gotta calm down. Don't get too happy. I was getting happy. I was like, doing all that. But I'm just trying to warn y'all so y'all don't do what I did. But yeah, that's my like disclaimer, or my, I guess, critique. But it's more for y'all that's eating it, not for the restaurant. They don't need no. Y'all just keep doing what y'all do. But for anybody that's going to eat, prepare yourself.
She's in the zone, y'all, by the way.
I'm just trying to help y'all so y'all don't do what I did. Okay, for that second plate. The first plate, I was like, this ain't nothing, okay? Second plate, I'm like, why did I do this? Like, I got kind of emotional. I'm okay, though.
I think you turned the viewers into therapists.
Thanks for asking about how I'm doing. But yeah, that's, I think I'm done, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to help y'all, okay? So y'all don't do what I did. This is an example.
It was a good therapy session,
wasn't it? Thank you. I'm okay.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, I think that was it. Did you have anything else to add? No. It was just me. Okay. Sorry.
I kind of said it all.
But yeah, we definitely will be back.
Bottom line is we'll be back. We will be going back to try this again. I'm telling you, October. Keyword October. Mm-hmm. We will be rolling up there and we'll be trying all this stuff over again. So all this drama that you done heard from us, probably gonna hear it again. I'm not gonna lie to you all. Like, you may hear it in a different way. You probably may hear more of me than her having a therapy session. Wow. But the bottom line is,
you see how he do me?
I was emotional. How I did you, huh?
How I was emotional.
But yeah, that was very apparent.
But yeah.
Anyway.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you for tuning
in and listening to me and my little. I'm trying to help y'all. Okay.
They know, baby. They know.
Okay.
They know.
Okay. But yes, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe so you do not miss out.
Hit that button.
Any of the great reviews that we will be doing. And thank you all for watching. And I think that's it.
Thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
See y'all later.